Well, how did the bye week benefit the guys on the offensive side of the ball, and what do you hope to see this weekend?
Yeah, I thought it was great. Again, anytime you can take a bye, probably this late in the season, still so many guys that you want to get looks at and get extra work for, and so I think that always, from a developmental standpoint, is critical. Again, having an extra week to prepare for this game, to go out there and execute and play well.
So I talked about Cutter just during the bye games. What did you see from him, and what are your expectations for these final 3 games?
Yeah, did a really nice job. Again, I think for him to take as many reps as he was able to get this bye week. Again, new system, and every rep is extremely valuable. So I think we know he's a talented player, got really good arm talent, good accurate player. Again, it's going to come down to the instincts and the decision making, and take one step at a time.
What's the biggest step forward he's made since arriving here and getting to learn you and the system?
Yeah, I think it's that. I think it's the confidence in the system and the operation. Obviously we know you're certainly looking for the physical attributes, and he's displayed that since he's been here. But I think it's just the comfort and the shifts, the motions, understanding the plays. He's really done a nice job taking just one step at a time.
We've talked so much about Jamarion's progress this year. Is him playing more? Is it him learning more of the offense, or mastering more of the offense, or is it just you all saying, like, this is what he knows, we're going to focus on what he's doing, what he can do right now?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of both, and I think as we know, like, opportunities present himself. I know in that last game when Berryon went down, he was able to get more of those touches, and so it's always been that balance like we've talked about of, trying to distribute the ball and keep all those guys involved, and just really proud of him. And, the year hasn't gone exactly how he's wanted to, but for him to go in a game like that on the road against a top 10 team and make those plays to keep us in the game was really impressive.
What's the biggest thing you take from the Tennessee game that you're going to build on over the next 3?
I think we know exactly, the heart of this team and the fight of this team. Again, I think they played extremely hard. We're probably a couple plays away from getting that one done. And so I think, work in progress, obviously, and constant state of improvement. I thought there was a lot of good things in that game. We just, from a consistency standpoint, have got to get that stuff done to finish a game.
Obviously, Bush, you still can win all 3 games, go to a bowl. That's goal number 1. But how much do you have to weigh getting younger guys reps down the stretch here to prepare for the future, getting them some of that experience that they probably need to?
Yeah, I think the focus is on us playing good football and continuing to find the identity, if you will. And, again, I think this bye week was a good opportunity for us to get those guys a lot of reps, but we got to go out and play well. We understand that, certainly, thinking about this week and this week only. So,
were there any steps towards that identity that you talk about in this Tennessee game that you learned some things about where?
Yeah, I think so. I think, again, the mixture of being able to run it and creating the pass plays off of that. Again, we have confidence in what we're doing, and I think there's, for us, I think the biggest thing just over the course of the year has been those self-inflicted wounds. I think that showed up, and I think our red zone execution, or play calling or whatever in the red zone, I think there's been times we moved the ball extremely well. We've got to do a good job of finishing those drives, as we know. And again, there's just been times where penalties have been there and put us in the hole, if you will, and we have to overcome that.
It's kind of a new perspective winning these next 3 games to make a bowl game, or are you guys still very much taking it day by day, game by game?
Yeah, I think it's always the day by day, and I know you hear it, coach speak sometimes of 1-0, but again, for us, it's 4 quarters of playing clean, good execution. That's the focus for this game, and again, for us too, as you know, a lot of different guys getting looks, and we want to come out and have a great Tuesday, and I think that was the main focus, one day at a time and one game at a time.
You might build on this a little bit on that one, but clearly you don't overlook any opponent that goes against you, but maybe naturally this is one of those games that you look at, hey, let's get right this game. What are some of the opportunities you do want to see on Saturday going in the last third of the season or so?
Yeah, I think, again, it's that execution. We say it, right? Like, have we put together 4 quarters of playing discipline and clean execution in the games we've won, and we've taken care of the football. So again, I don't see this as any different. As we know, there's good football teams all over the nation. This is a team that's played in one of the better conferences in the leagues they're in, and so We got to focus on ourselves. I want to go out and see us play clean, penalty-free, good football, and go win this game.
What about the plays that Hartley made for you down at Tennessee too? Is having them healthy now, what does that give you as far as something to work with in these last 3 games?
I think you always think about young guys and gaining confidence in a game like that, to go out there as a 17-year-old freshman in that kind of environment and the moment not be too big. I think that's a starting point for any guy. And again, you guys know how impressed I've been with Hardley since I've gotten here, and so more opportunities will come to him. And but it's good to see him have that success early on and gain that confidence.
Anything in his skill set that kind of differentiates from the guys you have now and adds to that?
I wouldn't say differentiates from the guys we have, but I do. Again, I think he's the type of player. He can run, he can catch it. He's physical. He's tough. He knows how to practice. I think if he can continue to build his body and put on the weight he needs to look like some of these players we're going up against, I think he's got a chance to be a really special player.
Would you say that your groups continue to be motivated throughout the trajectory of this season, even with some results that have not been going in your guys' favor?
Yeah, I've been super fortunate, of this group. I really have. I mean, they're out there today ready to get back to work just like they have been all year. And I've been, appreciative of those guys and their buy-in, and I think it speaks volumes of the culture of this program.
My bad.
Dane is an older guy on this team who's been around. What does that bowl streak mean to you and the importance of keeping it alive?
Oh yeah, it definitely means something. That's just that's just more time to develop your game, and it's just more like you get to spend more time with your teammates. Like, why wouldn't you want that? And it definitely does mean something to me because for as long as I've been around, the past years, me being in high school, me being here, just seeing Kentucky go to a bowl game, that's just something it just happens. Everybody just knows Kentucky's gonna go to a bowl game, so we gotta step some things up and make it happen.
On the one hand, it looks like a daunting task to keep that going.
Mm-hmm.
On the other, you guys have played some of your best football against the top competition.
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance that and weigh it mentally?
Yeah, that just comes in with our preparation each and every week. So it's going to be 1 week at a time. We're not trying to look too far ahead. We're staying focused on Murray State this week. So, just one game at a time, trying to be 1-0 each and every week, and that's going to be the motto for the rest of the season.
Dane, typically, the outcomes against FCS opponents over the years have been positive wins.
Mm-hmm.
Mark hasn't lost one, but it seems like a couple of them, it takes a couple of quarters to
Yeah.
really buckle in and settle down. What's going to be the key this weekend to try to avoid such a slow start?
Yeah, definitely. We got lucky, having the bye week last week. We got to do a lot of good on good. Everybody going against the starters, so that's something that's really helped us. And we just can't take this game lightly. We can't. Like I said, we got to take 1 week at a time, be 1-0 each and every week, and we got to start off fast and just get back in the rhythm and start off really fast. It might be I don't want to say it's going to be a struggle, but it's just we haven't played football in a week, so we're just going to have to get on a groove really fast.
And we've seen Jamarion Wilcox's potential all year.
Yeah.
He finally had that huge game against Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
What have you, as a veteran and the other older guys, been on him about all year, telling him to keep him
Yeah,
prepared for that?
Mar, he's a dog. We love seeing him out there. Whenever he gets his chance, we know he's gonna go out there and he's gonna make a play. And so we're just super excited when he does get out there. We get to see him out there go make a play, and we pretty much just tell him just stay in your head, get out your head and stay the course, and time will tell, and everything that you want it'll show.
Brock got banged up last game. In the event that he can't go, how much confidence do you guys have in both Gavin and Cutter?
Yeah, I got confidence in both of them. We've been working with every quarterback this week, so just getting that chemistry down this week, it's gonna be very important because we don't know who's gonna play. We just hope everything that works out how it does, and whoever is the starting quarterback this week, we have full faith in them and that they will go out there and give 100% and make plays.
We saw Cutter go in at Ole Miss, and he had a tough time. How have you seen him kind of take that and grow since then?
Yeah, I know he's definitely grown. He came up to me after and I think he misspoke. He came in the Florida game, not the Ole Miss game, but he came in and in the locker room after the game, and he kind of, I was telling him, like, just don't be upset about that. Like, you know, things happen. Like, you're a quarterback, bro. Like, you just gotta move on, play the next play, and everything that you want. Like I said with Mara, everything he wants will show up.
Coach Stoops has said he's got some natural leadership qualities
Yeah.
that guys want to follow him. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I definitely have. Him being a younger guy, and like every time he gets in the huddle, I always just tell him, like, let's go, young buck. Like, because I know when he gets in there, like, everybody's gonna pay attention to him, everybody's gonna be locked into him, and like we're gonna let him take control and do what a quarterback does.
That's not easy.
100%. Yeah, it's not easy, but there's a lot of older guys on this team. From my room, the receiver room, from the O-line room, and I know everybody's gonna, even if something bad does happen, everybody's been there before. Everybody's made a bad play, so everybody's just gonna cut her up, even if something bad does happen.
Dane, I know Coach Stoops told us that last week he was going to have, conversations with guys about what their decisions after the year. I mean, the season you've had, you started thinking about draft and all those kind of things. Is that even on your mind?
No, I definitely. Coach Stoops has mentioned something to me, but I've told him I'm where my feet are right now. I'm worried about Kentucky football, being where my feet at. I told him I'm where my feet are, and I'm worried about playing Murray State this week. So that's all I've been worried about.
And as one of the veteran leadership guys now, deep into a year, what's it like when you're going through different reps with different quarterbacks just based on their styles?
Yeah.
And then two, based off of that, what's it like receiving a ball from Cutter?
Really, the main thing is, like, if something like doesn't happen how we want it, we just take things slow. Like, if we miss on a route, sorry, take a deep breath, run it again. Like, everything will play out how we want it to. So if we don't connect, all right, calm down, both of us. Let's run it back. Let's do what we need to do, and take pride in this rep. Forget about the last one. Let's focus on this play right here.
Everybody good?
One more on Cutter, if you don't mind. His rep coming out of high school was just through this effortless deep ball.
Yeah.
It looked like he was putting a lot into it.
Yeah.
Has that been consistent with what you've seen in practice?
Yeah, definitely. Especially yesterday. Yesterday was more like a walk through, like, kind of up tempo day, not too fast, not too slow, but you could tell, like, when we were just like jogging around, you could tell he wanted to let that thing go, and we just be like, man, calm down, like, it's all right, like, it's Monday, like, everything, like, we got a few work days that we can connect on those, but you can tell that he wants to let that thing go, and he throws the ball effortlessly, and he'll lay that thing out there for you.
We saw Jamarion obviously have his best game yet against Tennessee. What has been his progress, the biggest point of that so far this year?
He's doing things that we're asking him to do, and he's getting better every day. He's improving. He's come such a long, long way from where he was when he first got here. So we're just taking it and letting it run its course. But he's doing a phenomenal job. Really proud of him.
Where do you see that growth for him? I mean, is it off the field? Is it on the field? Learning the playbook?
It's everywhere. You know what I mean? And we all grow up. We've all been to college and gone through the things that are particular to that. And, it's just everywhere, and everything that he's doing. I mean, the kid didn't grow up in a Division I-A football institution. So, when you get to places like this, you have to fit in with the other 115 guys and do exactly like the other 115 guys. And he's coming along nicely in that.
He seems to run with a kind of anger and violence to him. That has to be something that makes your eyes.
Yes, you see my eyes get big. Yeah, I love that. Yes, I do. We all do. We love the way he runs the football, and it's one of those things, man. Like I said before, it's so much more to playing the position than just running the football. You have to be able to protect that $1 million quarterback or multi-million-dollar in the NFL, the franchise player. Well, it's the same thing in college. He might be $1 million player now, but it's the same thing in college. We got to be able to protect that dude and do our part in the pass protection, so we don't add to the issues that can come up with somebody rushing the passer. So,
Jay, what are some of the messages that you sort of speak going back to last week and this week? Just facing an FCS team, knowing that they played a tough schedule the entire season, but looks like there are going to be some opportunities, at least on paper. I know that's sort of what we look at, but keeping them grounded and focused, and then being able to attack those opportunities as they present themselves on Saturday?
I think this, and I tell our team this, being a special teams coordinator as well, how you do anything is how you do everything. And there's only one way to go about your business every single day. You can ask any kid on this team just about that deals with us from a special teams perspective. There's only one way to do things. And it's hard every single time, the same way, attention to detail, doing all the things that are necessary to win a football game, regardless of who you're playing. It's irrelevant. It really is. I don't care if we're playing Ole Miss or if we're playing Murray State. It's the same thing. You got to perform the same way each and every time you go out there.
Jay, we've maybe taken Alex Rainer a little for granted as he keeps this streak going. Just how impressive is what he's done this year?
Well, the season's not over for me. I kind of look at some of that stuff, in the rear. But I mean, I don't know how anybody would take him for granted. I mean, the kid hasn't missed a kick this year, and since he's been here, he's missed one. And that's really hard to do. I remember what it looked like before I got here. You know what I mean? I watched the tape. I saw how many field goals we missed or didn't make or whatever the case may be. And I'm not putting that on anybody. I'm just saying Alex is a breath of fresh air, in that regard. And you don't, I heard one of our linemen say it today. I think he called him AR-16 or something like that. I'm like, I don't know what that means, but he goes up there and he does what he's supposed to do, and he's really intense about it. I mean, it means a lot to him, and he takes every rep one play at a time. And that's the most impressive thing I think about him, because I've been around a lot of great ones, man. I still got one or two in the league to this day. But when you make field goals the way he has, that's really impressive.
What's his routine like in terms of game day prep, practice prep? I'm sure he takes a lot of field goals. Just what's his extra routine look like on a day-to-day? Well,
I mean, the big thing is staying in a routine, making it the same, whether it's a bye week or it's a game week. We try to make sure that we do the same thing, and we've been doing it really all year. Even in the off season, we kick about 3 times a week, twice during the week, and then once on Saturday. So they're pretty much locked into that routine and how they go about doing their business every single day to perform at the highest level on those days.
Willie is a young guy who's experiencing all this for the first time. What lessons have you taken from a year ago and what you all hope for so far?
Yeah, I think you learn a lot of experience. Getting in these bigger games, I've learned a lot. Obviously watching the older guys also, but just getting in these games, being actually in the game, in the environment, going against those SEC top players, I think I've learned a lot so far.
What are you hearing from some of the older guys as far as motivation in the locker room?
Yeah, I think it's just keep your head down and keep working every day. It's just take it day by day and just keep going out to practice and working hard.
We've obviously seen you play quite a bit, but a bunch of your other classmates got extended reps in the bye week. What should we expect from
Yes, sir. I think we have a really, really strong class with my class coming in. I think we have a lot of guys, obviously Harley playing earlier, a lot of all offensive players and defensive that are playing early everywhere. And I think as we continue to grow and learn and practice, I think we become a really strong class.
You gotta remember, you and Cutter, did you have conversations before
Yeah,
committed? And that
yeah.
seemed to be a strong bond.
Yeah, we've always been good friends. He in recruitment, he started hitting me up, so that's when we became friends. And before I was even committed here, he recruited me basically and came on the visit with me and everything. We hung out a lot, and we've hung out ever since and been really good friends since. So a lot of chemistry there for sure.
Do you see him kind of picking up his energy level any at all with the possibility of some reps here lately?
Yeah, I think so for sure. I think he's been practicing a lot lately with us, and I think he looks really good. He's gaining a lot more confidence. I think he came in with confidence in every game he's been in, and I like that a lot about him, the way he comes in the game and calms down everybody and handles it like a veteran. So,
Coach Stoops said on his radio show that he's got just kind of some natural leadership.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And in what way does that kind of manifest?
I think it's when you're a freshman quarterback and you walk in the huddle and there's us guys looking at you. Even though I'm a freshman, I'm just saying in general, as guys in the huddle looking at you when you walk in, you want to see your quarterback come in with a sort of confidence, a sort of like control. You know what I mean? That he's coming in like a grown man basically, and not coming in as a normal freshman. I think he does that well.
Yesterday, Coach Stoops kind of said, you guys get to choose how this year finishes. If you win out, you can go to a bowl game, but it's going to take those 3. Is that the message that needs delivered to you guys?
For
And
sure.
How daunting is that?
For sure. I think it's just, once again, taking it day by day, everyday practice, going to work, bringing energy no matter what the circumstance is, and just every single day coming out to work to practice and getting better every week.
What are some of the things you think that you've done personally this year to kind of earn the trust from some of the older guys there?
I think it's just coming in there and doing everything right, doing everything you're supposed to, and then making plays when it comes to you. And then obviously just keeping your head down and continue to go to work, and then just doing your job every play and being a team player as well. So.
And we've seen some things from you this year. I mean, the first thing that goes back to me is against Ole Miss on, I think it was a kickoff coverage or something, where the hits that you're able to put on guys, especially as a freshman in this class. Have you had this is my SEC welcome to college football moment this year? Has it been any different than how you just dominated guys when you were in high school?
Obviously, it's a little different blocking. I think blocking-wise, the biggest difference is the ends are a little longer and a little quicker. But I think I've learned a lot. And going back to the Ole Miss game, obviously, I think that was my big welcome in, and I felt really that gave me a lot of confidence. I think I've had confidence coming in, but I think like going against Georgia, D ends, D tackles, linebackers, and all those guys I've started to play a lot against. I think that's also earned me a lot of experience and got me a lot better.
And then having a game, an opportunity like this weekend, obviously we asked Bush, you don't want to overlook an opponent, but this seems like a game that gives you guys, the younger guys, more opportunities. Does that make you lick your chops a little bit more as you prepare for Saturday afternoon?
For sure. I think that's how I prepare for every game, though. Just coming in, just if it's my opportunity, if I get an opportunity, just come in and know what I'm doing and taking the most advantage of that opportunity. So.
You got Hartley back now, healthy, and getting some snaps now. What is he adding to your group potentially here in the last part of the season?
I think just the biggest thing with him, coming back, he's bringing some fresh legs. Obviously, he's young and he's energetic. I feel like he doesn't even know what he's doing half the time, but he plays fast, he flies around, he makes some plays. So I think everybody's just happy to have him back. He's a breath of fresh air.
The way he responded at Tennessee to that opportunity, was that kind of a hint of his potential here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he works pretty hard. He's a hard-working kid, and he loves football. So I think that he'll continue to get better. He just needs to stay on the track that he's on, and I think he'll continue to make plays once he gets opportunities. Obviously, he's in a room full of a lot of older guys, so he's just kind of waiting his turn.
Have you seen Jamori respond to finally getting that chance?
That was a heck of a play by Jamori. Super proud for him. I mean, the whole sideline erupted when he made that play. The 2-point play might have been even better, but that's just a testament to who he is. He's a really good kid. He brings a lot of maturity in our room. He works hard. The room loves him, so everybody was, happy to see him make that play. That was great for him.
It's kind of a reward of sorts for him at this point for keeping in his mind and it. And it would have been easy to get frustrated with how things were going.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's coming off a 1,000-yard season, 50 catches at his previous school. Obviously, things weren't going the way he wanted them to go, but he didn't pout. He continued to work hard, continued to be a good teammate, and I think that was kind of, that was very refreshing for him. He needed that, and he's just got to continue to work hard and trust the process. He loves it here. He loves the people here. So I think the biggest thing for him, as long as he works, he'll continue to get more opportunities.